Yo, what's going on everybody? Matt here. Today, as you can see on the screen, I'm going to be doing a tier list video. I'm going to be placing some of the Fullmetal Alchemist characters in a tier list from the S tier, which is like the God tier, to the D tier, which is like average. Just because I don't think any character is too bad in the show. But yeah, we're going to be ranking about, what is this, God, 50 something maybe? Maybe? I don't know. There's a good amount of characters, so we kind of just got to jump in so the video is not too long. But let's get started. I'm going to start with kind of like the basic ones or the easier ones to rank. So I'm going to start with the Chimera because I feel like I have a pretty good idea of where I want to place them. So I'm going to start with like Kimbley's man who went to Ed and Al's side. So we got Jerso, Darius, Heinkel. Where's Heinkel? Heinkel, and Zapanos? I think I got the name right. But yeah, I'm just going to put the Chimera here. I mean, they were pretty cool. They didn't do too much. I mean, action-wise, they helped a little bit. And they're just pretty solid, so I'm going to put them in the great tier. Next, we'll kind of go with like who followed Greed around those Chimera. I can't really remember their names. I think he was a bull. She was a snake. They're all kind of average, I guess. We're missing one. We're missing this guy. They didn't do too much. I can't even really remember their names. If we're talking 03, she might go up a little bit, but they're just kind of in the average. Just for that fact. I mean, maybe I'll make a change later, but for now they're in the average just because they weren't too pivotal in the story. I guess I'll do Nina since she's technically a Chimera. She's in the great tier. I think she's just a really sweet character, and I loved her relationship with Ed and Al. They were basically like big brothers to her, and that relationship was nice. Mostly in the 2003 version or adaptation. If we're talking that one, I mean, yeah. I don't know. She's a great character, so I'm going to put her in B tier. Her father, Shao Tucker. Oh, I don't like this guy. But I guess he's a decent character. I'm going to put him in the good tier. I don't love his character, but he is fucked up in the brain. That's all I'm saying. So I'm just going to put him in good. Okay, I think I got most of the Chimera out of the way. Yeah, so maybe from here we will just kind of speed through like some of the like average characters. We got the automail mechanic. We got, I believe her name was Penelope, if I'm correct. Who else is kind of like just an average where it's like they didn't play too big of a role. We got this military official. I think he's a general or something. He's going there. McDougal, is that his name? McDougal, the ice alchemist or freezing alchemist. I'm gonna put him in good. I know we didn't see much of him, but he was kind of figuring out the whole plan. He saw like the military was corrupt and he was trying to stop it before it would happen. And I mean, he was right. And he had motives, so I'll put him in good. We got the other automail mechanic that Winry kind of works with or works under. We'll put him there. Madam Christmas will go in average just because she was barely in it. So Maze Hughes' wife, will put her in good, along with his daughter, just because, I don't know, she played a little bit more of a role than these characters. And I kind of like her relationship with Winry, both of them. In that funeral scene, always just hits in the heart and is just so sad. So I'll put them in good. So Riza's friend, we will put her in the... God, she was barely in it. That's my problem. She did show up at like an important moment with like help. She helped Mustang out. But can I put her in good? I feel like she did more than these characters. I just don't think... we'll put her in good for now. I might make some changes at the end just based on how I see everything out. And I don't know. We'll just put her in good for now. So Sheska. If we're talking 2003, which I know I'm going to keep bringing up just because I'm comparing the two right now for a video. But if we're bringing up that version, she might go to great. But based on Brotherhood, because this tier list is based on Brotherhood, she's going in good. She was not in it too much, so we're just going to put her in good. Man with the gold tooth, I don't even think he has a name in the show. We'll put him in good. I feel like he kind of was just there most of the time. Like, I don't know. He didn't do too much. That's all I'm saying. Like, we'll just put him in good. So we got the doctor that helped out May and Lanfan. I kind of like his story. For that reason, I think I'm gonna put him in great. How like he's resentful, and then at the end, his son comes back and his wife, and they're like, "We have coffee," and he takes them in, and it's, I don't know. Even though it's like a short little arc or whatever you want to call it, I still enjoyed it. So I'm gonna put him in great. I think if he was more developed, I think he would have been a better character. Um, and I don't know, he's pretty good. I enjoyed his character, so I'll put him in great. So I might start throwing a few S tiers up here just to, I don't know, fill it up a little bit. Edward, easy S tier. He's the protagonist. Following his journey is just something special. And I really enjoy his character. Same with Alphonse. I think he's another S tier. I think you can't put them anywhere else. They're just fantastic characters, well written. Um, and I just enjoy them throughout the show. It's just, I don't know, it's really fun watching them. So we got two S tiers. And there'll probably be a few more in S tier, to be honest. So we got Havoc. I'm gonna put Havoc in great. I really enjoyed Havoc's character. It was really heart crushing learning that he was paralyzed from the attack by lust. Um, but the way he kind of like goes about it and looks at it a different view, he's like, I'm done with this. And then at the end, he kind of helps out. I don't know. It was just cool to see. So I'm gonna put him in great. Bretta, we'll put him in good. I don't think he did as much as Havoc, but he was still there in the story, so I'm gonna put him in good. Same with Fury. Where's Fury? We'll put Fury in good. These two didn't do too much. They didn't have too much screen time, which kind of sucks because I think they're pretty good characters. Fallman, I'll put a little bit higher just because he went to Briggs and he was kind of there for a while and kind of helped out the Elrics. And we learned a little bit more about him, so we'll put him in great. While we're doing like the military officials, we'll put Brosh, I think. We'll put Brosh in good. Yeah, we'll put him in good. He didn't do too much compared to his counterpart or partner, Maria Ross, wherever she is. Maria Ross was pretty great. I like how she kind of stuck up for the Elrics, but also kind of punished them when she needed to. And then at the end, that reveal of her driving the truck was fucking great. I love that reveal. And yeah, so we'll put her in great. General Raven we'll put in good. Actually, I don't know. Raven did more than these guys. Yeah, we'll put Raven in good. There's not too much to talk about with him. I mean, I think he just did a little bit more than all these characters right here, so we'll put him in good. Grumman, that's an easy great tier. I like how he came in, took the position of Fuhrer, and I don't know, he was just playing his cards really well, and I enjoyed that. The sneaky old man, it was great. So yeah, I gotta put him in the great tier. Alex Armstrong, easy A. He's such a fun character, and I love how much he cares for the Elrics. He's kind of like a father figure to them. Mostly Edward. He's just always looking out for them, and he just, like I said, he's a fun character. I love the muscles. It's fucking great. So we're putting him in A, amazing tier. Okay, so we still got a few characters in Mustang Squad to go, but I'm gonna save them for the end, kind of. We'll go with Cornello next. He was okay. I know he wasn't in it too much. He was just kind of in the first few episodes, and his role was kind of cut short when he died. I don't know. It was cool seeing him use the Philosopher's Stone, I guess, but he didn't really do too much. So we'll put him in good. Rose. Rose is tough. If we're talking 03, she's probably in great. But since we're just talking about Brotherhood, I'm going to put her in the good category. She only made a few appearances, so I don't think she beats out any of these characters. Yoki. I don't know. I don't like his character. He's rather annoying, and he only kind of helped in a few instances, kind of like the whole mining thing in the snow, then the car getaway. But I can't justify putting him up there, so I'm just going to put him here. I don't know. I'm not a fan of his character, so I'm just going to put him in good. So the Fuhrer's wife, I don't know, she's good. She's only important because she's the Fuhrer's wife, and she doesn't bring much to the table. We're just going to put her at good. Okay, so Scar's brother is a tough one. He wasn't in it too much, but the sacrifices he made and the way he was learning about the plans and the way he used alchemy was very interesting, and it makes me want to put him in great. But is that fair? I don't know. He wasn't in it too much, but I did enjoy the time we saw him. I'm gonna put him in great. It might change later, but for now, I'm just gonna put him in great. Pinako, she's a fun character, very fun. Again, she's not in it too often. I don't know. I like Pinako. She's funny, but I mean that's all she kind of is funny. I don't know. I don't know. She's tough because like I could put her in great. Yeah, I'm just gonna put her in great. I don't know. She's a fun character. Major Miles is another great character. Um, just his ties to Ishval, and then the way he kind of helps Grumman out, and they're just plotting this plan. And I like how he's kind of like the second hand to Olivier. I mean, I guess Buccaneer is more of the second hand, but I don't know. I don't know. I just kind of like how he talks to Scar during like the whole mining thing. It's just, I don't know. He's really cool, and I'm gonna put him in B. Buccaneer's also another B. He's another great character. The sacrifice, heart crushing, it just hurt. Um, but I mean, he kind of did like the blowing wound, I guess, or whatever you want to call it. He was kind of the reason that Wrath was able to be defeated. Um, and that automail's badass, so I'm putting him in B. I guess we'll go with another S tier character, Roy Mustang. How can I not put Roy Mustang in S tier? Fantastic character, love how he's written. Flame Alchemy is an auto win in my book. Anything to do with either fire or lightning, I'm a sucker for that stuff, so I'm putting him in S tier. And he's just such a unique character, and I like his motives. I like how he wants to get to the top and how he's kind of building his way up. And I don't know, he's super cool. And then when he loses his eyesight, and I don't know, he's just an amazing character. I'm just gonna put him in S tier because he deserves to be in S tier. I'm putting Winry in A tier. That's pretty easy. I love her relationships with both the Elrics and then with the Hugheses. I think they're just great relationships, and I love how they kind of build on her story throughout. Mostly with like her tragic backstory with her parents, and how they were killed by Scar, and she's sitting there with the gun, wanting to shoot Scar, but she doesn't. And being an automail mechanic is pretty badass. So yeah, she's an A tier. Um, we'll go with number 59, I think it is, for the laboratory or the fifth lab. He's a good character. Wasn't in it for too long. I think he was just in it for an episode. He's a good character. And we'll put Barry the Chopper as well in great tier. Yeah. Yeah, we'll put Barry in great tier. Um, he had a little bit more of a bigger role, kind of helping out Mustang. Um, I think he was breaking into the fifth lab. No, it was destroyed at that point. I don't know. They were breaking in somewhere, and they needed Barry's help, or I don't know if they needed his help, but he gave it to them. And yeah, he's a great character. I'm putting him into B tier. Oh man, we're getting down to the wire here. We got a few more. Marco, he's a great character. I love his introduction. And I love how throughout the show he's kind of trying to fix his previous actions. Like he knows he did something wrong in the past. So he's like, you know what? I'm trying to make up for that. I'm going to help Scar out. I'm going to help everybody out and make sure that they don't succeed with their plan. And he does some decent sacrifices, I guess. So we'll put him in the B tier. Okay, so Izumi Curtis, we'll go with her next. I don't think I could put her in the S tier. Maybe if it was 03, maybe if I'm taking that into consideration, maybe. I'm just going to put her at amazing. She played a pretty big role. She was also one of Father's sacrifices. She was Ed and Al's teacher. And she's a fun character. She's kind of a hard ass, but also very caring. And no doubt she's in the A tier, amazing. And then we got her husband. Where did I put him? Sig, Mr. Curtis. We'll put him in B. I think he's a great character. I love him and Armstrong's kind of like duo, how they took down Sloth. I think that was pretty badass. I mean, two muscle men. That's great. Speaking of Sloth, we might as well go ahead and start with the homunculi. So Sloth, since we're on the topic of him, we'll put him in good. He's kind of boring, but he's also pretty strong. I can't justify putting him in great. I think some of the other homunculus are, I don't know, a little bit better. So we'll put him in C. We'll put him in good. Salim Bradley, or Pride. The first homunculus. Where should I place you? I'm gonna go A tier. I'm gonna go amazing. He's super strong, super prideful, and that fight in the forest was just, it was great. So I'm putting him in A tier. I don't know. He's just a good counter to Ed now. Next, we'll go with the first homunculus to be killed, Lust. We'll put Lust in the B tier. We didn't see too much of her, but when we did, it was kind of a standout moment, I guess. I mean, she brought a little bit to the table. If we're talking 03, I think her character was amazing there. I'd put her up there if we're talking 03, but Brotherhood, we'll put her in B. So I'm going to put Envy in the A tier. I enjoy Envy's story throughout. I like how he plays into the story, but it's really the ending that got me. It's rather sad seeing how he's very jealous of humans, how, he hates them, yet that's what he wants to be, is human, and he looks at what they have and compared to what he has, and he's just very envious of that. And for that reason, I'm just going to put him in A tier. So next we got Greed. Greed is an easy S tier for me. I like how at the start of his story, he's very selfish, very greedy. It's just him. But towards the end, he's making sacrifices for his friends. And he's very selfless. He's saving the life of Ling by sacrificing himself. And he finally kind of got what he wanted, was friendship. It wasn't ruling the world. He probably would have loved that, but he got friendships. And yeah, that's why I'm putting him in S tier. I kind of forgot about Gluttony for a second. Gluttony is a good character. He's kind of stupid and I don't know, he doesn't do much. His powers are cool, but that's about it. I'll put him in good. We got the final homunculus on the list. We got Wrath. How can I not put him in S tier? Okay, the Ultimate Eye is awesome, for one. Two, I mean, he's just a badass throughout. And I love how they made the fear the homunculus. It just, I don't know, it plays very well. And just like the moments he has against his opponents, he's just very witty. Cocky, very confident in himself. He's not scared of a fight. And that fight of him versus Scar is just amazing. And I really enjoy his character. I really do. So we'll do Lanfan. Lanfan's a great character. She's basically just Ling's bodyguard. But the sacrifices she made, cutting off her arm and then getting an auto mail and always protecting Ling, I love that about her. I think that's what makes her great. So we'll put her in B. Then we got Gramps Fu. We're putting him in good. I don't think he's as good of a character as Lanfan, but I still enjoy him. Not enough to put him above any of these characters, so I'm going to put him in good. Since we're on the topic of Ling, Ling is an S tier character, mostly with his interactions with Greed. When these two kind of like go back and forth and have conversations, it's just, I don't know, it's great. And overall, he's just a great character. He's just very well written. And I really enjoy watching him throughout the show and just kind of growing as a character. And yeah, I'm going to put him in S tier. Okay, so now we're kind of down to like the harder ones kind of to place, I guess. Not really. Maze Hughes. He's an amazing character. He is an amazing character. He only was in about 16 episodes maybe. But the time he was in, it was just great. Tragically, I mean, he was killed, and that was just very hard to watch, mostly during like the whole funeral scene. But he figured out the plan. I just love how he's like a family man, but he also cares about his friends and like Roy Mustang. I don't know, just seeing his character on screen just brought joy, and yeah, he's an amazing character. Another amazing character is May. I love her introduction and just the role she plays throughout. It's just great. I love her. Was it Chi? Is she used Chi? I might be getting that wrong. But yeah, she's just another fun character, and anytime she's on screen, it just is a fun time. How can I not put her in amazing? Another amazing character is Kimberly. I love how in the beginning he's kind of working for her father in the homunculi, but at the end he's kind of like not really for them, I guess. He's kind of explaining the Pride. He's like, Edward has this, Edward thinks like this, and that's why you're basically beaten. I don't remember exactly what he says, but I don't know. I enjoyed his character throughout. I enjoyed how he wasn't really for either side. He was basically just for whatever side prevails. And yeah, I think he's an amazing character. So Trisha Elric is kind of hard to place, but I think I'm going to put her in great. Basically for her conversations. I mean, she's barely in it, but she is the mother of Ed and Al. And I like how she has, I think it's like this one episode, she's talking to Hohenheim and he's like, you know, I'm a monster, blah, blah, and she accepts him for who he is. She's like, no, you're not a monster, blah, blah, blah. And then her death is just so tragic. I think she's a great character, even though she's not in it too much. Riza Hawkeye. I think she's an S tier character. I really enjoy her character throughout. She's like the badass sniper, the Hawkeye, obviously. And just her and Roy Mustang's connection is just so great. I love their relationship. And she does play a very important role throughout the series. So I gotta put her in S tier. I guess this is kind of like the easier ones to rank now. Scar, another S tier character. He starts off as kind of like the anti-hero, I guess you could say. I don't know, we should be rooting against him, but then we learn to root for him. You know, he starts seeing things differently as the story progresses, and then he wants to help out Amestris, and he kind of joins Ed now, and they become semi-friends, I guess. I don't know. But then that Scar versus Pride fight, or not Pride, sorry, '03, Wrath fight, that was my favorite fight by far. And just the whole thing of him, like, using his brother's arm, and I don't know, his whole backstory was great. I just love his character, one of the most interesting characters in the show in my opinion, so I'm putting him in S tier. So Olivia is a hard one. It's like I could put her in S or I could put her in A. It's like very in between for me, but I think I'm gonna put her in A. Any other day it might switch. She's a badass. She's a badass, I'm just gonna say it. I love her character. She's kind of like a hard ass, but she's very kind, very caring of her men. I think that's one thing that I really noticed about her is she comes off as being like a very hard ass, but she's actually very caring, and you see that throughout the show, and it's just very nice to see. And then at the end, when she's taking over command, it's just so fucking awesome. So yeah, A tier character. Father's a hard one, but I think I'm gonna put him S tier. I think you start and you look at his backstory, and then you look at him do everything that he needs to do in order to get to the position where he was obtaining God. It's just so interesting how he just planned it all out. And then at the end where he's like, he wasn't able to see like the truth behind life. I don't know. All that was just very interesting, and just the way they told it was very nice. And his character was just had many different layers to it. So I'm gonna put him in S tier. Hohenheim is another S tier character, easy for me. Not probably, he is one of my favorite characters in the show. You start off believing like he's the villain, but then you learn he's Ed and Al's father, and that they are technically related in a way. And I don't know, the way everything plays out and how caring he is and the sacrifices he made to protect his kids, and protect the Mesters basically, was just, I don't know, it was just so touching. And I don't know, I just loved his character throughout. And the ending, oh man, the ending is just, it's so tragic, or not tragic, it's just so sad, yet rewarding, I guess, for him, because the whole time he wanted to die, but he wasn't able, and then at the end he was able to die and kind of rest peacefully, knowing that he was able to protect his kids, and that Ed called him father, basically. And I don't know, his whole story, just seeing it over time, like starting with the backstory and then seeing it end, was just so beautiful. So he's an obvious S tier for me. The last one is truth or God or everything. I don't know where to place him. I really don't, because I don't feel like I could really place him. I like the talks he gives the people who like enter the gate, mostly with Ed. But I don't feel like I could fairly place him, to be honest with you. So I'm not gonna place. Oh, I can't take him out, I guess. I don't know. I really don't know. I'm lost right now. It's too hard to place him. I'm just gonna leave him in the grate, but honestly, I can't properly place him. I don't know. I just really can't. It's just hard to find a place for him. But this is my overall tier list, basically. I think I'm pretty solid on where I have everybody right now. You might like one character more than the other, therefore you might move them up or down. But this is my tier list, so yeah. Maybe leave in the comments your favorite character or something like that. Kind of let me know. Maybe like what changes you would make, if there's any one change you would make. But yeah, if you guys did enjoy, please hit the like button. That helps a lot. Also subscribe. We are getting close to 75 subscribers, so if we can get there soon, that'd be great. But yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.